consultant info night. And so
It just started.
Oh, it just started. Sorry, I'm getting used to the little lapse in between time of when the Google Live goes live. So, welcome to our Google Hangout. We try and do these every 2 months for our new consultants to get them ready and excited and being able to get started on their businesses. Because when we're a new consultant, we get so excited that sometimes we forget some really important things that is available to us and to allow us to be able to get going successfully and quite quickly. So what we're going to do is I'm going to assume that you've already signed up and you've received your welcome email, all of those things. So the first thing I want to talk to you guys about is Ascent Academy. So after you sign up, you should automatically start getting emails for Ascent Academy. Now, this program is put in place to help you come up with daily ideas. It gives you a daily idea, and all you have to do is simply complete it each day, and it will get you ready to get going. And so as you go, you'll always have an idea of the day, and it can be something as simple as, like one of your first ones will be when you start off to be a new consultant, is set a launch party date. That's it. That's one of your ideas of the day. Easy. That takes 2 minutes. Take a diary out, pick an available day, time that you think will be great for you and your friends and your family, and then you set the date. Then your next one might be send your invites out. That's 10, 15 minutes over a cup of coffee where you're writing out your invites and you're getting ready to send them out. Now, some tips while we're talking about launch parties is to make them personal. Now, I know that sometimes, you feel that it's a lot easier to do it through Facebook, and it is, because a lot of people these days are on Facebook. Even Andrew's nanny's on Facebook. She is the cutest thing, and she probably knows how to use it better than he does. And so everyone is on Facebook now. But try to make it personal and to, make people feel special about being invited to this Scentsy launch party that you're having. The last thing you want people to feel like is, they got 100, like she invited 100 people to her house. How special do I feel? Well, not really if she's invited 100 people, but if you pick up the phone now and you start telling everyone how excited you are about this new venture that you're doing or about these new products that you love and that you really want them there, guess what? They're going to want to be there for you and to help support you. And so sometimes it's as simple as picking up the phone and making a phone call, or it might be a text message. Again, you know your friends better than anyone else does, and you know how they communicate. So use that in your favor to be able to get as many people there as you can to help support you and get you launched. Okay, so that is your launch party. Now, some things that I did when I started Scentsy was my beautiful sponsor is not here in Australia, and I joined on the first day that it launched here in Australia. So I had to be very creative on the way that I was going to do this Scentsy party that I had never been to, never seen the products, and so I had to get really creative fast because I wanted to make my business. So something that I did was YouTube. I YouTubed how to do a Scentsy party. So if you've never been to a Scentsy party before, don't let that stop you from having a launch party. Don't let that stop you from being successful and sharing your products with other people, because at the end of the day, it really is a warmer and a wax, and that's really what it is. You just plug it in and you let it go, and it makes your house smell fantastic, and it brings memories, and it has this you get this great feeling when you walk into your house and it smells great. So sometimes we overcomplicate things, and keeping it simple is probably the best thing that we can do when it comes to our launch parties and getting our business started. So sometimes we get caught up in everything else when really we need to get down back to the basics and just think, I'm just going to share this product with everyone and see how it goes, and share how excited I am about my new business and about my new products, and everyone's going to love it because I love it. And that's really all you have to do. And I promise you, you'll have a successful launch party if you do it that way. Now, when you finally get your kit, you will get what's called a consultant guide booklet. Now, this is a little bit older than the ones that you guys are probably starting to get. It gets updated every once in a while. This is mine, so it's a little older, but this, as Scentsy consultants, is your Bibles. This is what you guys are going to refer to often. And in this consultant guide booklet, it has everything from welcoming you to Scentsy to tips about your launch party, how to, what to do, your contact list, your list of 100. So if you don't know and yet what I'm talking about, and you have your consultant guide booklet, you need to start reading it. It's really not that thick. Look how thin that is. That is tiny. So start reading through it, and you don't have to read the whole booklet at once, but make sure that you do read through it, because it explains so many important things that sometimes us as new consultants, just brush over. So things like, how to work your workstation, where to find certain updates and news, and some really important things is awards, like Shooting Star Awards, which is something that new consultants should aim for. It's when you achieve 500 PRV in your first 15 days of becoming a consultant. And then after that, it's Sensational Start. There's level 1, 2, and 3, and all this can be found in your guide booklet. So I'm not going to go through it because I don't want to share all the amazing things that are in here. I want you guys to read it and then message me or put it up on the team page and tell us what you think, or if you have any questions. What are the awards all about? What's the monthly sales award about? All of these things that you can achieve, and the bonuses that you get from achieving these things. And it's just something good, because as consultants and as business owners, we should have little goals that helps us and keeps us motivated on a daily basis. And sometimes they can be small things, like getting Shooting Start in your first 15 days. So that's a goal for the first 2 weeks. And then after that, it's let's get certified. And then after that, let's focus on Sensational Start. So your consultant guide booklet, read it and let us know what kind of questions you guys have. Now, the next thing I want to let you guys know, so the type of support that you guys get as new consultants is you have consultant support. So they have a 1-800 number. You should have this number. If you don't have this number, it is on the right-hand corner of your workstation. And it is open from 9 to 5, Monday to Friday, Sydney time. So if you cannot call during those times, because we understand that some people work, and sometimes calling during those hours is just, not possible. They have what's called on your workstation, it's called a support tab. And on the support tab, this is where you can send in a ticket. And so in this ticket, you can select what your question or query is about, or what your concern is about. So it might have to do with your starter kit. And so you would select order, and then you would write exactly what it was that you were struggling with or you had a question about, and then they would email you back. And that would all be done on your workstation. So sometimes, that is a great way to communicate with Scentsy if you can't get onto the phone. Excuse me. Now, Workstation, you should get an email pretty much within the hour of joining Scentsy, and it explains to you about your workstation. It gives you the link. And so me, being not the best technically what's the right word, talented person. For instance, I had to get Andrew to set up my Google Live chat tonight because I'm just not that great at technology. If I can navigate through the workstation, I promise you anyone can navigate through the workstation. It is a really simple system. Now, as you go on, you'll get your home page, and then you've got tabs on the top. And so you've got tabs that will read something like News tab. It will say Support, Accounts, Challenges, Events, Team, Performance. Now, these are all different tabs for all different types of things. Now, I'm not going to go through all of them. I am going to point out a few of them because as new consultants, you need to know what some of these tabs do because it's very important. Now, go through your workstation and have a play with it before you meet with your sponsor to go through it because you can't break it. So nothing's going to happen if you click on the wrong thing. If anything, you might be surprised at what you're going to find. So when I first started, this is what I did because, again, my sponsor wasn't close to me. So the only way I was going to find things was to go and look for them. And it really didn't take me long to figure out what the communication tab was all about. So those types of things. Now, an important tab that you guys should be checking on a daily basis is your news tab. Now, your news tab is so important. This is where all kind of information is sent to and posted to as to us from head office. Now, your news tab can have your back order list. It can have, incentive trip details. It can have new buddy releases, new product releases. Anything to do with Sensi, it will be on the news tab. Anything that they want to communicate with us, it will be on the news tab. And this should be checked on a daily basis. So that is your news tab. The next tab is, so I've talked about it, is your support tab. So I won't go on that again because you guys know now that that's where you go to send in a ticket to consultant support. Another tab that I want to point out to you guys is your accounts tab. Now, this is where you go to update any of your information. So if you move, this is where you go to change your address. If you change your phone number, this is where you change it. If you want to turn off your PWS, this is where you change it. If you want to update your PWS, or you want to change your personal website address, this is where you do it. Cross-border agreements, signing cross-border agreements is all on there as well. Now, cross-border agreements, if you are thinking, what on earth is she talking about? It is to do with when you start Sensi, we here in Australia and New Zealand are called Region 3. There are 3 regions. Region 1, which is America, Canada, Mexico. Region 2, which is parts of Europe, and parts of Europe is open. And then Region 3 is here in Australia and New Zealand. Now, when you want to sell to another country, sorry, I'm going to go back on that. We as consultants can only sell in our own regions. So if we want to sell in New Zealand or recruit in New Zealand, which we can do, we need to sign a cross-border agreement with the country. Now, the other thing is we can recruit in any of the countries that Sensi is open in. We can't sell to America or Canada, and part of that is that it really is nice for people to have that personal contact with the consultant. So they do try to keep it to the locals or those around those areas. But what we can do as consultants is we can build our businesses internationally. And that's why PRV is actually, and that's why we work on PRV. So we can build in Europe, in America, in Canada, in Mexico, again, any of the countries that Sensi is opened in. So we are really lucky because a lot of direct selling companies don't allow you to do this. So that is the accounts tab. Now your events tab, this is, I get a lot of questions all the time. How do I register for reunion, or when is the next event that's happening with Sensi? It will be posted on your events tab, and it'll be posted on your news tab, of course. It will tell you that and the new event is coming up. So you can go on your events tab, and that's where you'll find an event. Click on it. you'll get all of the information regarding that event, time, place, and what's included in the registration, or what you'll be receiving, or how the event will be run. It will be found on the events tab, and then you can register there. So our next event is Fast and Fabulous in February, and they will be going to the major cities. Sensi will come and they'll travel around, and you'll be able to meet head office staff, which is really cool and really exciting, because then you get to know who this Jessie girl is that is on our consultant calls on a weekly basis, which I will get to soon. Now, the other tab is the Challenges tab. Now, this is where you, again, find more information about that program I was talking to you guys about before, which is Ascent Academy. And now this is the perfect place to go when you sit there and you think, what else can I do? I've run out of ideas, or ideas don't really come to me easily. Go to your Challenges tab. There is a whole heap of things that you can do on a daily, weekly, monthly basis for your business right there on that Challenges tab. So it takes the thinking out of running a business, which again is pretty good considering we are all business owners. They tell us what to do, which is great, because sometimes, like, if you're new like me, a fresh idea is always welcoming and inviting. It's so good. Now, the last thing I want to talk to you guys about on the Workstation is called the Training Center. Now, this is on the top right-hand corner. It's a little bit it's in a little writing. Now, this is where you will find training on all types of, all different aspects of your business, from your workstation to running reports, to how to do a party, an event, how to do a fundraiser. All of that information is on this great tab called the Training Center. I studied that tab like mad when I first started, because I wanted to know everything I could and absorb as much information as I could about home parties and events, because that's what I really wanted to do. There's even things on there like how to run your Facebook page, how to do a Facebook party, how to do things for your group or your team if you're building a team. So it's really, really, really great. And it's got trainings from head office all the way down to consultants. So you get different ideas and different experiences in there, which is really, really great. Now, the other thing I want to talk to you guys about is, so we get consultant calls 3 times a month. Now, one of those weeks, we will have it off because it's a leadership call, so it's for directors. But the other 3 times in the month, it's on the Tuesday of every week, and it's on at 12 o'clock noon Sydney time. Now, if you can't listen to these calls live, there is a recording that gets posted again to the Training Center. And it is important for you guys to keep yourself informed as business owners and as consultants when you're selling a product. And so there is news that gets put up or gets shared on these calls. And so if you want to keep informed, you need to listen to these calls. And if you can't listen to it live, you can listen to the recording that generally gets put up within 24 hours of the call happening. And then on top of that, you will also get weekly emails on a Thursday from Sensi that will also have some news in there as well. So make sure that you're receiving the emails from Sensi. If you're not, you can contact CS or using that support tab to get that updated. Now, the other thing I want to talk to you guys about, and this is the last thing, is our Facebook page. So our Facebook page is there to add support and value to your business. So our Facebook page is there to inspire, to share ideas, and to be able to share with people what you need help with. And so we put events. So example, some of you guys may have noticed that this was set up as an event. There's also like a mock home party that's happening tomorrow. So make sure you check the events tab on our Facebook page. We have a weekly meeting, which we try to do on the first Tuesday of every month. A monthly meeting, on the first Tuesday of every month. And then if you're a star consultant and up, we allow you guys to have that opportunity for the rest of the month to do another meeting with your own teams to share with them what you think is best and what they need. So make sure that you stay in touch with your sponsor, get to know your upline as well, because there are so many places you can go for support. It's nice to find who your upline is. So, you know, who's your sponsor and their sponsor, and, you know, and so up, and how you're connected to Andrew and I. So we are so excited to have you guys a part of Team Lit Up. Andrew and I do this full time. Well, I do this full time. Andrew does a lot in the background, and so we love what we do, and we love sharing Scentsy with other people, and we love seeing what Scentsy can do for you and your businesses. We love that you guys can achieve whatever you guys want and set your hearts on, and some of you are incorporating Scentsy into that. And so we're so grateful to be a part of all of that. If we haven't met you yet, we are excited to meet you. We are aware of you, and if you have any questions, please let us know. But I hope that this was informative, and that this has allowed you to find not only our Facebook page, but find other ways to find support and information and training that will suit you and your style, and the time that you guys can fit some training in, because some of you guys are busy and working full time. So sometimes getting that online training is great. So anyway, I hope that you guys will let me know what you guys think. And if there's any other questions, please let me know. But thank you so much for joining us tonight. And we're excited for the rest of this month, because it's a new catalog, and which means there is so much exciting things happening. See ya!